Yo, 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 greetings in the name of the Most High Jah and His Son, yes, it's Christos. Um, Jah Rastafari, head of glory. So, like I told y'all on my first channel, and I made a big fuss about it because I showed myself on video, I danced and sung and played a bunch of banging ass reggae beats and songs, I think from a musician named Duppy Ryder. On my first channel and showed myself on camera and said, the video is called "Job People Get Silver and Gold." Right? I told you this for 3 years straight. Been telling you, done told you. See, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? I was on here warning Africa about the African Union and how they just need to dismantle it because the fact that they had Bill Gates there, period, means that it's a fraudulent event. They teased Rastas by putting a statue of Haile Selassie at the African Union because Haile Selassie was incredibly active in the unity of Africa as a whole because he knew the real history because it was called Ethiopicus for 1,000 years and it wasn't divided, okay, into different nation states. Okay, so they used a statue of Haile Selassie to trick the Rastas into thinking that this African Union was a good thing. But y'all should know better than that, okay? They use inversion all the time. They use black magic all the time, okay? Just like the Pope says he believes in Jesus, but he don't believe in Jesus. I mean, whatever. The word believe is irrelevant, but you know what I mean. So, it's the same thing with this silver and gold situation, okay? Like, they're playing games with you, okay? You need to have silver and gold, period. They're always trying to trip you out of it. And any channel who's telling you to go for crypto and not telling you the truth about crypto, which is that the government and the NSA and the CIA, blah, 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 blah. Sorry about that. Somebody sneezing in my house. But the NSA, the CIA, and all them, they created, I had to step into another room. They created the whole cryptocurrency market, okay? They created that, okay? And if you do your research, you figure out that old boy, I don't even remember the dude's name. See, I wasn't prepared to even talk about all this, but anyways, point being is there's only a few people in the YouTube world or truther world or whatever you want to call it that talk about, the fact that crypto was completely designed by the beast system. We'll just put it that way. It's just easy and simple. And they making you think that the crypto is the independent anti-beast system way out. No. You can't touch it. You can't hold it. It's worthless. Okay. Yeah, you might have made some dough on Bitcoin, but that's not the ends to the means. That's to get you into it, okay? I didn't never touch this. I think I might have dealt with Bitcoin once or twice, but when it first began, but I never fucked with it since because I started to figure out that it was, B system. It's B system operated. It's so that they can track and trace every fucking transaction that you do, and they'd be like, oh, it's on the blockchain, so it's encrypted. Bullshit. We've found out that all these encrypted apps, supposedly, and these messaging apps and all this kind of stuff, and these email sites, which is why I haven't really made an encrypted email, because when you really do the research, you find out that most of these encryption companies, in whatever platform or medium that they're trying to sell you or use, right, are working for Mossad or Mossad companies or CIA companies or Chinese companies or whatever it is, beast system companies. Okay. So you guys got to keep that in mind. So that's what's going on with the crypto. But point being, I told y'all 2 or 3 years ago, I said, buy gold, buy silver. Now, and copper. Okay. Stack your copper pennies, 1982 prior, are all real copper. Okay. If you get a 1982, you need to weigh it, make sure it's 3.1 grams. If you get a 1982 penny, you weigh it, make sure it's 3.1 grams. If it's a 3.1 gram one, that means it's pure copper, basically. Fine copper. Put it away. Okay, stack. And then anything before 1982 is guaranteed to be pure copper. Okay, as far as the penny goes. Stack that shit. Okay, all the tech. All of even the ancient Tartar and Ethiopicus tech, right? Where the whole city was lit up by star forts and all these kinds of things. All that. And in the cities with the churches and all this stuff, right? It has copper, silver, and gold. Okay, and then you got palladium and platinum, which are lesser valuable as far as their actual uses, but they still have a lot of uses. But gold, silver, and copper are still the top as far as the main three, right? So you need to be stacking copper when you can. I don't necessarily think it's advisable to go out and buy a bunch of copper bullion, even though I have some copper bullion. There's nothing wrong with that, but you get copper everywhere. Stack the copper you see in front of you every day, which is pennies. Keep your pennies that are real copper, period. Look for them silver coins, but you ain't going to find them very much in loose change, you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's rare to find a real silver anymore. Back in the day when I was a kid, we found real silvers all the time. Real silver $50, real silver dimes. My mom would always say, we got to put these in your piggy bank because they're real silver. And if I would have known what that really meant when I was a kid, I never would have touched my piggy bank. Okay? Because I had several silver dollars in there. $50 and dollars, okay? When I was a youngin'. But I've been stacking silver for the last 4 years. 3 years, 4 years. I always been interested in it, but I just didn't really realize when I was younger how valuable and important it was. So I didn't start stacking until about 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. The reason I knew it was somewhat important when I was younger is because I knew that Haile Selassie and JFK had this connection with silver, right? And backing the currency of a nation with something valuable that actually means something, that they can take their paper money and go get that thing, right? Or whatever. Like the reason that there became paper money is to trick us into having fake money, but they originally backed the paper money with real gold, silver, and copper, right? Well, they're going to move back to that. And I told y'all this. This is the fake takeover and expose of the New World Order, as in it's the controlled opposition revolution, fake revolution against the New World Order through controlled opposition, right? Like they have to do this so that they can have the fake Jesus come out, and then people will back the fake Jesus against the New World Order, right? And then after that, the real Jesus comes, okay? So for all those who don't believe in the Bible, you can take or leave what I just said. That's not my problem, but you need to think about what I'm saying, because you know damn well that they do want to fake the return of Jesus Christ. So that must mean there is a real version of him, okay? But that's not the topic. The topic today is not Ethiopicus, but I mean silver, okay? Through the whole 1,000-year reign and before the 1,000-year reign, gold, silver, and copper has always been the money. But in the 1500 to 1600 area is when the dragon was loosed, right? Okay. And then what begins to happen from 400 years ago till now is the constant degrading, defacing, devaluing of the currency of nations to get rid of their copper, silver, and gold and replace it with fiat until they bring you to this point where they get you all into this crypto, and then they flip the script on you, okay, because all your assets are in crypto or stocks or whatever, and then they do the fucking reset on you, which I told you 3 years ago that they were going to do this. I told you 3 years ago, okay? And then if you remember, that military guy, John Picone, had me on his channel, right? And this was like, 6 months before COVID maybe, or maybe 10 or 12 months. Might have been a year before COVID. It probably was about a year before COVID maybe, okay? That Jonathan Picone dude had me on his channel, right? Which He had me on for a live stream, and he asked me several questions that he had written down for me. That's what I think, at least, which was really weird when I look at it in retrospect. But that's another story for another time. But if you remember, he pulled that video down because I said so much stuff in that video that somebody told him he couldn't have that up, or he thought he shouldn't have it up for some reason. That was weird and shady. He didn't even give me like a way for me to post it on my channel because it's my shit too. I was talking, okay? I should have been able to post that on my channel, but I wasn't given no respect like that, or no fucking benefit of the doubt, or no anything. It was just removed, okay? He removed it, okay? And he's in the military, okay? And they have military. I'm not saying he's an agent. I'm just saying he could be, okay? Because they have the military running all these psyops and slander campaigns against people, first of all. And I don't know why he wanted, because I called him on the phone and he was like, hey, you want to be on this live stream? I'm getting ready to do it. I said, sure. Okay, y'all remember that if y'all were subbed to me back then, okay? That video was removed, and he said, what's the first thing you think that we need to be concerned about here? He said, what's the first thing you think they're going to do to us, basically? Okay, or do to the world. And I told him, this is before Corona, y'all. I said, they are going to destroy the economy first and foremost. That is the point of whatever they're doing is going to be that. Okay? Because they're going to switch it over to a silver, gold, and copper based currency. Okay? And then right after I've been telling you all this for 3 years, South Carolina, or maybe it was North Carolina, legalized, quote unquote, legalized silver and gold to be legal tender, if that's the way you want to say it. They made silver and gold legal tender in a state already with, silver was at only like $20 an ounce when they did that. So it's not like they had a huge incentive to include silver, but they did. That's because it's part of the plan. I've been telling you, this is going to be a fake anti-New World Order movement that needs to be exposed so we can actually lock these people up. Otherwise, they're going to retain the power because they're using their boys against themselves. That means that the end result is that they retain power. Okay? That the same people, the same influencers are still in the fucking helm, which is why we have to expose the actors and the frauds. That's why it's such a big deal. You might be thinking, why would the New World Order want all these actors coming out exposing them? Because you got to know what the ends to the means is. You got to realize the big picture. What do they want? They want all the nations to bow to this false Christ into a new place of where there's no more war and there's only peace, right? But we all know that's a bunch of fucking false bullshit, and the Bible tells you it's a bunch of false bullshit. When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. You hear me? That's what this all is, okay? And it should dawn on folks who are not believers that why would these devils that admittedly are Luciferian and all this kind of stuff do this? Why is the end goal a false Christ character that rules over the earth, right? Why would they want to give their power, even as power hungry as all these devils are, why would they want to give their power to one man over the whole earth? Or whatever the situation is. Maybe it'll be 10 men or whatever. Point is that they want to fake Jesus. Those who don't believe in what I Rastafari believe, and faithful, truth-loving Christians believe, right? You better start thinking about that because they are doing that. That's what they're doing. That's in the writings of their fucking white papers. Okay? And then you go look at Iron Mountain and you look at all this information, right? The report on Iron Mountain, and that's an old school one, right? I mean, it's just all over the place. They want a fake Jesus. They want a fake Messiah, okay? That's what they want in the state of Israel with Mossad and all them. That's what they doing. You all know it. So don't tell me anyway else because it's all in the New World Order plan. You got to think about this. What is he going to do when he comes out and says he's going to bring silver, gold, copper? Gold, silver, copper back. You best be buying gold, silver, and copper, okay? It's almost too late. It's about to flip, okay? It's almost too late. The signs I gave you back 2 or 3 years ago should have been your sign to get gold, silver, copper. I was showing you. I was proving it to you. It's on the headstone at the airport, the Colorado AUAG, the Colorado Airport. AUAG, gold and silver. It's the foundation of the economy. Okay, should be. It's supposed to be. And that's the thing about this whole flip is y'all are gonna be like, well, this is a good thing. That's the trick. That's the fucking trick. You're gonna be like, yes, we're winning against the New World Order. That's why I don't get y'all. Y'all know that that's the case. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have a fake revolution against them, against themselves. That's why they got all these controlled opposition actors out here, and they never say arrest, arrest, arrest. They never say that. They just tell you what these people do, and then they're just like, we gotta prep, or they got y'all like, I'm not against prepping, but they got y'all obsessed with prepping. Instead of buying land, they got you spending all your money on fucking shitty GMO freeze-dried food. Like Richie from Boston sells fucking Patriot Pantry. That's freeze-dried GMO trash. Okay? Bunch of soy. You want to be feminized, eat that Patriot Pantry. Fuck, man. They got y'all obsessed with prepping, and you wasting your money on prepper food, and you should have bought some land to grow food. You hear me? Don't buy all this. The earth is dying, and yeah, there's some bad poisonous things that are happening, and it's not good for the earth. But first and foremost, it's not good for men and women. Okay? God made the earth to sustain life. It doesn't matter what they try to do to it. They ain't going to destroy it to the fullness. Okay? It's always going to fight back. They've been spraying us for fucking 50 years. The trees are still growing. They still got green on them. Ganja still grows outside perfectly fine in California. You know what I'm saying? God protects his creation. We don't want it poisoned. We want to stop the ones poisoning it. And I'm an all-organic guy, okay? I don't use chemical pesticides or chemical fertilizers or none of that. Period. For nothing. Not for my food, not for my ganja, nothing. Okay? So you can't play that shit on me and say I'm hurting the earth. Done been organic. But this whole carbon footprint shit, I know this is about silver and gold, but it's all one thing. It's all one thing. It's all one giant wicked thing. And it's all connected, and it needs to be exposed. Okay? They got you thinking that you need to lower your carbon footprint. That means they need to lower the human population. That's what they're really saying, because humans, living men and women, are made out of carbon. Okay? Made out of the dust of the earth, carbon. Okay? And carbon dioxide is what trees and plants and cannabis love to eat. And the other thing is cannabis produces like 75% more oxygen than most trees. And then they don't want us growing ganja. You see what I'm saying? It's all over the board here. These people are criminals. They're the ones poisoning the food, water, and the earth with their big ag, big Rockefeller Rothschild farming, their geoengineering, and everything like that. GMOs and all that. Okay? And then they trying to tell you that you shouldn't have cattle, that you shouldn't be farming cattle, like grass-fed organic even, because it's hurting the earth. Wait a minute. Whoa. John made cattle, and he made the earth to sustain cattle. You saying that Abraham was hurting the earth? Because basically, y'all are basically a bunch of Noahides. Why don't you look at what Abraham had? He had cattle, yo. So did every prosperous individual in the Bible, good or bad or wicked or wholesome or whatever character they may have been. Every prosperous man, woman, or child inherited whatever the situation was. You got cattle, you got flocks. That means you wealthy. You got meat. You can feed people. Okay? Then they pushing veganism on everything. So they tripping you out into thinking that you want crypto, that you want to be a vegan, that you're hurting the earth, and that you need to be wiped out, that humans are evil. But then they're going to bring out this fake Jesus who's going to go against all that, which is the fucking dialectic of all time. It is the dialectic. It's the whole point. It's the pinnacle of the work. Okay? Of their work. Anyways, that's why you need to buy silver, gold, and copper. Okay? That's the point. Point is, I done told you, you should hear what I'm saying. Those of you who heard me in the past recognize that I prophesied this to you. I did not learn this by reading an article. I learned it by observation of reality and the knowledge of history and by prayer in my prayer closet. Those are the three things I use. Prayer, observation of reality and observation of history. And you pray. You ask God to show you the truth, to give you the truth, to put it in your heart. All of a sudden, overnight, I had this desire to buy a bunch of silver, and I can't explain why. But I did. And that was 3 or 4 years ago. Got about 5 pounds of silver just sitting. Okay? We're going to buy some more before it's too late, too. Because overnight, it could be at $1,000 an ounce. Maybe not overnight, but over a fucking week period, probably. 2 weeks. Just jump, jump, jump. When they flip the script and they're like, and the Fed is like, oh shit, the Fed needs to be abolished, you know what I mean? And everything needs to be restored to its constitutional properness. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, because the Constitution and the law of this land, of the taken over America, 1776 and forward, which is the usurped America, but still they had written the Constitution, right? And debts are payable only by silver and gold. And they should have wrote copper in there too, and they probably meant copper too, but they just wrote silver and gold. So, you better be ready for that shit. If you got Bitcoin, take your Bitcoin, buy gold and silver. All of it. If you got something stored away, $10,000, let's say. I don't got nothing. I got nothing. I got that silver. That's all I got. We are poor as a fucking joke. It's ridiculous. It almost makes me wish I didn't switch over my gene pool and find new cultivars to open my marketability, because everything happened at once and we're just in the dirt. We're behind on rent, behind on bills, behind on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because this COVID bullshit is screwing everybody over. And I've had enough of it. But if I wouldn't have switched over my gene pool to new cultivars, I would have been straight, because I would have been cropping good. But now I'm finding the winners to crop. Okay? So I'm in a shitty way. So point is I ain't going down without a fight, and I got nothing to lose anyway. So I'm going to bust some heads. Y'all need to buy silver, gold, and copper. I'm telling you. If my family is listening, if my mother or my father or my aunt or my uncle or my grandparents, if you listen to me, I'm telling you right now. I know you don't talk to me. I know we don't talk. There's a lot of reasons for that. I love you, but I'm telling you right now, you better buy land, gold, silver, and copper. Friends, family, any of y'all who listen to me. You got some money, you got $1,000 stacked up for an emergency? Fuck it. Buy gold, silver. Or just silver. Just buy all silver. If you're poor like me and you don't got a lot of money to spend, just buy as much silver as you can. And make sure you're not getting ripped off. And most likely you're not going to get ripped off. There's a lot of good places to get silver from that are reputable and honest, and they test their silver every fucking piece before they send it out. Okay, and I'm not going to give the names out because I'm not a shill. Okay. But y'all need to figure it out yourself. Okay, in the name of Jesus Christ, y'all be blessed.